Australia. The land of opportunities offers much more to aspiring immigrants than you would imagine. Great lifestyle, career opportunities, work-life balance, affordable quality education, social security and health benefits, incredible sports facilities, and world-class living, just to name a few. Australia has a strong economy and low unemployment rate, and offers salaries that well justify your professional credentials and expectations. Are you a skilled immigrant struggling to find your perfect job in Australia? Have you applied for several jobs and getting very few to no interview calls at all? Have you been interviewed but consistently getting rejection letters and wondering why? Are you a resilient professional who is really serious about investing your time and money in quickly finding your dream job? It doesn't matter whether you're in Australia or overseas. We are here to help you. Based in Melbourne, Career Launch Australia is a professional career mentoring service offered to global skilled immigrants to secure their perfect Australian job in weeks instead of months and getting paid what they deserve, even if they don't have local experience. Immigrant coaching is much more than just career coaching. It involves understanding the mindset and thought process of individual immigrants at an emotional level and professionally helping them with their job search. Empathy and heart-to-heart connection is crucial for immigrant coaching, and you will surely notice it in CLA consultants. Qualified professionals who have already got their Australian PR, work visa, or those who have applied for Australian PR and are likely to get their visa in the near future, proactively start working with CLA and acquire job search breakthrough techniques. This often results in them quickly securing the job they love after they migrate to Australia. CLA's proven success blueprints offers immigrant professionals practical tools and mindset they need to quickly succeed in their new life and career in Australia. CLA has been marketing their clients successfully into their preferred careers since more than 10 years, giving them both competence and confidence to win the high-paying positions they deserve. Our fully customizable mentoring package includes executive resume writing, LinkedIn profile, interview preparation, addressing key selection criteria, salary projection and negotiation, and most importantly, strategic networking techniques and connecting you with industry connections. A study shows that recruiters spend only 6 seconds reviewing an individual resume. Does your resume stand out in 6 seconds? On an average, every corporate job receives around 250 applications. Does your application hit the nail on the head? 89% of recruiters report hiring candidates through LinkedIn. Does your LinkedIn profile attract interest? 92% of employers and recruiters hire or plan to hire candidates through networks or referrals. How many recruiters do you know? 85% of critical jobs are filled via networking of some sort. Do you know how to strategically network with the right people and access the hidden job market? Average Australian full-time salary is $5,000 a month. You're losing this huge amount every month you're jobless for, and you're using your own hard-earned overseas money to survive in Australia. Could you afford to sustain this double loss? Time is ticking, so don't wait any further. Come and have a chat with us to quickly secure your dream job.
Hello and welcome from Career Launch Australia here in Melbourne. You are watching us live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. My name is Rajiv Bhedse, and my guest today is Atharva. Atharva, who persevered through massive action and earned the job that he always wanted to. Atharva, welcome to this simulcast.
Thank you, Rajiv sir.
You're most welcome. Atharva has got masters in data science from La Trobe University. He possesses functional knowledge of tools such as C, C++, R programming, SQL, Tableau, dashboard, Python. There are a lot of skills that he knows. And he has just recently secured his job as a support or implementation consultant in Melbourne. How does that feel?
Well, it's truly an amazing feeling, and feels like I've achieved one of the biggest milestones in my career history. I mean, first professional job in Australia, especially after a lot of struggle to find one. So yeah, I think it's really, really amazing and crucial in my point of um, journey in life.
It's a deserving victory, isn't it?
Yeah,
Do you think it was worth the struggle?
yes, totally. I mean, I required a lot of patience to uh, try hard, but eventually, I mean, it was totally worth it.
Beautiful. Now, just refresh my memory. How did you contact us? How did you know about CLA?
Yeah, one of my mother's friend gave her your
Ah,
contact details through
okay.
Facebook. So yeah, after that, I got in touch with you, and then we proceeded further.
So you were here in Melbourne at the time,
Yeah,
and your mother was in India, right?
yeah, she was in India.
And how did your mother's friend know about Career Launch Australia?
Uh, that's the question to ask for my mom, actually.
So you should give a lot of credit to your mother for getting this job because she is the one who got you in touch with Career Launch Australia, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, most certainly.
Beautiful. So when you were struggling to get a job in your field on your own before you enroll in CLS program,
Yeah.
did you ever imagine that you can become a reference point for many other people?
Frankly speaking, I didn't ever imagine that I would be someone who would be as a point of reference for others. But after joining Career Australia, and after seeing a couple of video testimonials, that definitely changed my mind.
Right. And this is one of the things that I always keep telling, the fresh graduates or even immigrant professionals who are struggling to find a job. It's just a little bit of subtle difference between success and failure. It's
Yeah,
like you being at the on the international date line.
yeah,
You are on one side you have day, on the other side you have night.
night. Yeah,
You never know when the night will go pass by and when the day will begin.
true.
So, the people who are, particularly who are watching, who are fresh graduates, who are watching this live or even later, the recorded one,
Yeah,
what I suggest is this. If somebody like this gentleman can do it, if Atharva can do it, anybody else in the world can do it. All you need to do is to follow the success path, nothing else. Am I right in saying that, Atharva?
yes, absolutely, Rajiv sir.
Beautiful. So, you just had one interview in the 6 months before you enroll in the CLS program. Just take me through the journey that, what was going through your mind. You were struggling to find a job, only one interview in 6 months.
Yeah, I mean, during that time, that was really one of the toughest time I would say in my entire life up till now. And I was in the trenches doing hard work, trying to find what was going wrong with my resume or what went wrong with my application, and still trying to wrap my head around how things might change, and get in touch with as many people as I can to help. I mean, if they could help me find and secure a job. But eventually, all the hard work paid off.
But I just want to understand, and typically I'm asking this question only because there'll be many people who will be in your situation. There'll be many
Yeah,
fresh graduates who will be in your situation that, they get so frustrated when they're not finding the job.
yeah,
So typically, this is the mindset many people have. What many people have, what many fresh graduates have expressed to me is that, when they're looking for the job, they are very disappointed. They don't feel their self worth. They get angry, they get frustrated. Were you going through all these emotions at the time?
yes. I was going through some of those similar emotions, and but fortunately, you were there to help me out during my tough time, and so I could lean back on you, and you, I mean, rely on you as a support system. So that was an amazing emotional support as well.
Oh, thank you so much. Let's take a couple of questions. We have Vineet Dave. He's asking, does prior relevant experience in India is counted in Australia by the employers? Great question. What would you say?
I would say it doesn't really matter. I mean, experience does matters whether it's from India or Australia, but the more important thing is what you are uh, good at. I mean, your skill set. Skill set is more important than experience, as far as my understanding goes.
What we call as expertise, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, Vineet, I just want to share something with you here. You might be an experienced professional in India, and typically, regardless of the field that you are in, including, IT, for example, Atharva, anybody who wants to get a job here in Australia, let's say, for example, you have a PR and you come to Australia. In most cases, you will be asked if you have any local experience, regardless of your overseas experience. I was in the same situation, Vineet. I worked in India for about 20 years. And after I came here, they started asking me whether I have any local experience. Now, I can understand to an extent that how important the local experience can be. But here at Career Launch Australia, we work only with immigrant professionals and fresh graduates here in Australia. And the professionals are coming from all over the world, and they want to settle anywhere in Australia for that matter. Now, none of our clients have got any local experience. That's a good news. So, if local experience was the only thing because of which people would get a job, then none of our clients would be able to get a job. So local experience alone will not give the job. What will give you the job is how you project, how you showcase that experience that you have from overseas, and how you bring those transferable skills, your professional values and transferable experiences across, because they come with you. You don't leave those things there back home in India, and that is the most important thing. What people are looking for is expertise, like Atharva said before. Expertise is more important than experience is, because the world is changing. In today's day and age, they got computers in the cars. Who would believe about 15, 20 years ago that we will have computers in the cars? But that's a reality. I hope that helps you, Vineet. Cool. Who else do we have? Oh, Dhairishil. Happy to see you. Congratulations, Atharva.
Thank you, Dharishi.
I have known Dhairishil for a very long time. Yeah, he used to work in UAE. He was in Abu Dhabi. He was in India. A gutsy guy. He has found his way. I mean, I can talk about him the whole day, but he is a very courageous boy. Um, there were a lot of unfortunate incidences that happened with him, but he showed great courage and character in finding a job that he really deserves. So he worked in the UAE and now he's working in India. So, Darishil, thank you so much for joining in. Really appreciate it. Who we have? There you go, Siddharth. Sorry, Shrikant.
Thank you, Shrikant.
Shrikant is one who I interviewed last time. So the interview before you was Shrikant.
Shrikant.
Once again, a great human being, very down to earth, very polite, and he got a job. He got his first job and a very high-paying job in the field of finance in Australia, which is very, very difficult. So
Yeah.
once again, Shrikant, congratulations and thank you so much for joining in. Really appreciate it. Cool. Let's move on. Now, before enrolling in the program, you had the fear of having the career gap
Right.
and the limiting belief that you don't have a PR, which typically most fresh graduates have. How did the program help you in overcoming these deep rooted obstacles?
Um, since I had yourself as supporting mentor to me during this path, and the things that I've learned from you were itself so much value addition to my existing set of knowledge and experience, which ultimately propelled me to overcome these fears and achieve, or basically focus on what's important to me at that particular moment, and just follow daily routine and just strive and focus towards your goals. So I think that really helped, and especially the support from you and the ultimate program that really pulled me throughout all of the situation.
Do you remember what limiting beliefs you had back then?
uh, yeah, I didn't had a PR, so I was wondering if I could get a job. I mean, that's the vicious cycle you should never fall into. But
Yes, I'm happy you said it.
after that, yeah, but that was my main concern, that without PR, how am I going to get job? And I had really hard time, but following your advice really helped me out through that.
So what visa subclass are you on at the moment?
Currently, I'm on my TR,
Ah,
so
okay.
485. But when I joined the program, I was on my bridging visa.
Now, tell me one more thing, just since we are talking about the PR, not having a PR, and that's a great limiting belief which most fresh graduates have.
Yeah.
Realistically, be honest, how many employers, when you appeared for the interview, how many of them actually asked you, or how many of them declined you only because you don't have a PR?
Um, it's really hard to say. I mean, because some jobs specifically ask for PR, especially when you apply for defense-related jobs or a police. I mean, certain jobs which only citizens have access to, but
Yes.
that really narrows down the field in which an international fresh graduate can apply to. But considering that, hardly four or five, maybe.
Right. And the job that you got now, the one that you're working in,
Yeah.
did they ask you if you have a PR?
No.
There you go. Not every employer will ask you if you have a PR. You just need to tell them. And guys, I want you to completely understand this because this is a very important point. Most fresh graduates, they get stuck in that limiting belief that I don't have a PR. Atharva did not have a PR, and they did not even ask him if he has got a PR. Why? Because they know that once you are on a TR or a 485, that you have ongoing, full-time full-time work rights here in Australia. The only question they might ask you is how long your TR is valid for. But
Yeah.
even that will not be necessarily asked, isn't it, Atharva?
Yeah, I mean, my employer did ask till what date my TR is valid,
Yeah.
but which of course I can completely understand, because they also need to plan their company schedule according to that. I mean, if you're on contract, or they also have that assurance that you would be working here till a fixed number of date. I mean, till your visa expires.
Right. Okay. And they had no problem with that?
No, no problem.
Beautiful. Now, $1 million question. Are you currently earning the salary that you had in mind?
Technically, it's more than what I imagined earlier, but
I love this question, by the way, Atharva.
yeah, I can completely understand.
So you are earning much more than what you were thinking of
Yeah,
as a fresh graduate.
yeah,
Brilliant. So happy for you. Who we have? Okay, Vineet is saying something. I think no experience candidate versus overseas experience candidate. The latter could be definitely preferred. Um, Atharva, I wouldn't say that. No experienced candidate versus overseas one. Overseas experience is definitely, it definitely helps. But even then, many people will ask you if you have any local experience as well. This is very typical in Australia, and that's because of, it has got everything to do with the culture. It has got everything to do with, you're blending well in different companies, and every company has got a different culture, and the country itself has got a different culture. People speak on, different topics, and people speak slangs and kind of thing. So they would still prefer somebody having a local experience. But the point I was making earlier, Vinit, is that local experience alone cannot be a hindrance for getting the job in Australia. I hope that makes sense. Cool. We have, all right, let's move on to the questions.
Yeah.
Now, you said you wanted to talk about certain things. Um, the daily schedule, the job search lifestyle schedule that we have prepared for you. You said
Yeah.
you wanted to talk about it. What would you say about it?
The best part about that was it was entirely customizable. I mean, everyone has different, uh, things to do other than daily routine, like getting up, brushing your teeth, having a bath, and all. And which, of course, which was well timely planned in the daily schedule as well, even including the separate slot for exercise, which is quite good. So I think
That's,
the yeah, I think the daily schedule did really help me a lot to focus on my important things like more job applications. So yeah,
Mhm. I believe you become much more productive when you have a schedule.
yeah,
The only way you can manage your time well is by putting something in your calendar, and with setting up a reminder for yourself 15 minutes, half an hour before. Because when you're looking for the job, you don't want to be simply engrossed in, applying for the jobs, because that will drain you out. I have
yeah,
been in this situation myself. That's why I have created that daily schedule, or what I call as job search lifestyle. Many people live the life and then they create the lifestyle accordingly. I'm saying here the other way around. You live a lifestyle and then you will create the life that you want.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that's what that schedule is for. Because one of the most important things in the job search is, your energy management. It will play a significant role, because you'll be doing a lot of running around. You will be calling people. You will get tired. You will get bored. You will get frustrated. So that daily schedule, or the job search lifestyle schedule, that will help you in building that inner strength. Is that making sense, Atharva?
yeah. Most certainly. I mean, that's the best way to start early and go off to bed. I mean, early to bed and early to rise.
Right, absolutely, absolutely. But you know what? It worked for you only because you let it work for you. That's the most important thing. Discipline is very important, Atharva.
Yeah,
I mean, we can share anything that we like with you, but if you don't have the discipline to to carry it forward or to follow it, nothing is going to happen. And that's what I liked about you when I was mentoring you. You were very coachable. You were very teachable. Anything that I told you, you are like, oh yeah, no problem at all.
yeah. I think the discipline part of it definitely comes from my father. I mean, he used to, I mean, instruct me in such a way that I was to be more disciplined, especially in my childhood days. But especially after the 12th, I think there was quite a bit of a gap where I felt I'm just being a bit sloppy after finishing my master's, and especially before job hunting time. I mean, before job search time.
Brilliant. You got great um, pair of parents.
Yeah.
Now, Siddhant is saying, congratulations, Atharva, wishing you a great future ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, Siddhant.
Siddhant is a regular attendee of all my sessions, all my live simulcast. You see, you watch any previous simulcast, Siddhant is there. This boy is absolutely amazing. He's still in India, not here
Yeah.
in Australia, but he attends all my sessions. So, Siddhant, once again, thank you so much for attending this session as well. Right. Um, you also wanted to talk about, um, a particular concept that we share in the program where you know what is, other people's preferred way of dealing with other people.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't want to say that term because it might sound like a very overwhelming term as such,
yeah.
but it helps you in getting professionals to like you in a job interview whereby you can synchronize with them very well. How did that help you?
Um, Basically, um, I mean, 90% of the communication is done non-verbally,
Yes,
according. So body language definitely plays an important role in the way you communicate to other people, or maybe how you express yourself towards them. So I think that particular aspect of the program really boosted my knowledge and understanding regarding human body language, I think, and which definitely helped me how different people perceive different things. So yeah, I mean, I had much better, clearer, I mean, more clear picture about how other people's understanding of the world might be.
yes, yes. You're absolutely right. I mean, out of the total communication, 55% is visual, 38% is vocal, and only 7% is verbal. So it blows my mind when I hear from fresh graduates that I do not have communication skills. They are only referring to the verbal communication, which is the tiniest part of the total pie
Totally.
of communication.
Yeah, yeah,
And visual communication, it's like, when somebody sees you, it's not about your grooming necessarily. Yes, grooming is a part of it,
part
but
of
more than that, visual includes, your attitude, for example, your posture, how you carry yourself, how confident you look on your face, what kind of attitude you carry, whether you're passionate, whether they are able to see the passion in you, the conviction in you.
yeah,
It's all visual. That's why they say, your first impression is the last impression, because majority part of communication is visual. However, that's 38% is vocal. How you say the things,
yeah.
that's very important. And you have actually captured it all, and that's why it has tremendously helped you in the job search process, I believe.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
All right. You also wanted to talk about, oh yeah, how to say no at work with ease. There was a particular thing that we talked about, and you had great difficulty in saying no at work to people.
Yeah.
So, what would you say about that?
I think it's important to know what work needs to be prioritized first, in order, because in professional life there are many instances where your boss might give you some other work apart from your daily schedule, or some work which he gave you previous week, or maybe a day before, and new work came in which needs to be prioritized urgently. So that was a quite tricky part where I have always used to struggle with. But after this program, it really helped me around how to properly communicate without being rude. So
Or without taking the stress,
yeah, yeah.
for that matter. Brilliant. Let's see who else we have here. We got Hita. Would you like to say something to her?
Yes, thank you, Hita. And you love the discussion on discipline. I'm sure you also must have connected with someone who, maybe in childhood, used to give importance to your discipline, especially the
Yes,
routine part.
yes, absolutely. By the way, Hita is waiting for her PR visa in India.
Wow.
In the meantime, she is also making a transition from one role to other role in IT. She contacted me. She had initial consultation with me a while ago,
Yeah.
and now she's pursuing her career in coaching as well. So very soon, Hitha will be writing her own ebook. I got the message from her only yesterday. So, Hitha, congratulations. You are doing extremely well. And thank you for joining in. Thank you for all the support that you provide to Career Launch Australia from time to time. I really appreciate it, Hitha. Thank
And
you.
all the best, Hita, for your ebook.
Yes, and I'm going to buy a copy from her. I have promised her.
Yeah.
Next thing you wanted to talk about is a document where we understand what exactly the employers want. It's a job requirement decoding,
Yeah.
where we clearly understand exactly what the employers want and give it to them, because that is one of the biggest challenges most people have while they craft their resume. So, do you want to share your experience with that document?
Yes. Initially, I thought it was going to be a lengthy documentation process, and while I was trying to fill it out, I really had to scratch my head around what did I do in my previous I mean, previous internships, and what all projects I did worked on. I mean, that basically gave me a different angle to look at my previous work experience, and definitely put it in a more structured way so that others might find it quite easy to look at, and they would be able to pick up my key skills based on that particular template.
Absolutely, because that's, as I said, that is one of the biggest um, blunders most people make. The more resumes I see of people, the more I get to think that these resumes are, people have only created the resumes for the sake of creating the resume. For example, if you are into data science and you want to create a resume for the job that you are in, I can very well search for the job requirements on the
Yeah.
internet. I can simply copy the job, the responsibilities, and paste them in a document, and I can call that document a resume. But then that is a date document. It does not have any life to it. People don't care less about what you have done. People care more about how well you have done what you have done. Quality is more important to the employers.
Yes, definitely.
Right. Now here is somebody that I think you know them.
Yes.
With that,
Yeah, that's my mom.
can you translate what she is there? She is saying there in the other language.
Yeah, sure. So it's in Marathi. तू घेतलेल्या कष्टाचे फळ मिळत आहे. So
What does that
basically,
mean?
she's trying to say the efforts which I took previously are now paying off.
Absolutely. Um, Look, I cannot thank you enough, Ashatai, for joining this session. I really appreciate it, and I'm sure you are very proud of Atharva. I'm equally proud of this boy. I know exactly, how rough his journey has been, but now it's all history. Now we are here. He is there in front of you, giving a live simulcast for Career Launch Australia. What else do you want? So thank you so much for joining in. Really appreciate it.
She's my mom's friend,
Ah,
Asha Pantoji. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Asha, ma'am. It's really, really nice that you joined my family cast today. And thank you.
so she is in India, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Great. Hita is saying thank you so much, Atharva and Raju sir. You're always welcome, Hita. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You also wanted to talk about, Atharva, about strategic networking, how important part it has played in getting the job that you have earned.
Yeah. So regarding strategic networking. I mean, before I joined the program, I also did strategic networking, but at that point of time, I didn't knew this particular term. So that's a very funny incident. I mean, I was trying to connect to people and put them in my list and try to um, get as much as their insights into how to get into jobs. And yeah, that really helped me. Like, it's just about the connecting people. I mean, connecting with people from heart to heart.
Yes, and in a systematic way, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's not like your Facebook, or it's not your Twitter or your Insta account where you connect with people. And it's the social networking is very different than strategic networking or professional networking, I believe.
yeah, yeah.
Right. Now, uh, I was going through your pre-coaching questionnaire immediately after you enrolled in the program, and you said that the three biggest changes you wanted to make within yourself. Number one, become a better version of yourself, learn better ways to handle stressful situations, and improve your decision making.
Yeah.
Question I have is, did the program help you in achieving these goals?
Yes, it most certainly has made me a more better version of myself and also helped me with taking some challenging decisions by the knowledge which we shared. I mean, the experiences which you shared with me along the Career Launch Australia's program journey. And it was, I think, quite amazing experience for me as well.
Right. One of the things that we talk about in the program is a very unique kind of meditation. How much did that help you in building your inner strength?
Speaking of meditation, literally, I found my inner peace by doing meditation. I mean, most of the times after coming here, I definitely felt lost in some situations which I'm not able to explain to anyone and I'm not able to speak to. But meditation really helped me out with this particular scenarios where I'm not able to focus on any situation or really am stressed about something, just to calm my nerves down and just stay in the present.
Yes, and I noticed when I was mentoring you, Atharva, that you're quite introvert in nature. You're not like you don't have any outgoing personality as such, and that was one of the challenges that you had in terms of connecting with people. Do you believe you have become more outgoing now, or is it very easy for you to connect with other people in a strategic way as a result of this program?
Yeah, most certainly. I mean, on a professional level and as well as on my personal day-to-day life level as well, it really helped me to connect with people whom I initially found it really difficult to talk to and proceed with any conversations further.
And how's the new job going, by the way?
It's actually amazing. Re- I mean, there is a vast area of new things to learn in the new job, and hopefully, I'm catching up with that, and just trying to follow my daily schedule in the job. I mean, trying to learn new things and balance my normal life with work, and I mean, that's a new thing to learn for me, work-life balance. But I'm on it.
It's interesting that we live in the same city, but we have not been able to to catch up with each other face to face.
Yeah.
Hopefully, the situation in Melbourne improves very soon, and let's catch up. I'm just very concerned about the growing number of COVID cases in Melbourne at the moment.
Yeah.
So let's hope for the best.
Yeah.
Right. Um, your mother is saying this. Feeling very proud with your positive change in all perspective. Congratulations.
Thank you, I.
Wonderful. So now one last question before we wrap up.
Right.
What one thing what one thing, I mean, it's hard, but I know it's hard, but let's go through the question anyway. What's one thing absolutely blew your mind in this program?
uh, to add incredible value to others.
Wow, wow, wow. You just amazed me. Incredible. This is incredible. And that helped you in getting the job?
Yeah, definitely. It helped me in each and every aspect of my job related process. And apart from that, it also helped me while having conversations and connecting to people as well, and with people as well.
It's such an important thought you are sharing here, Atharva, because your job is your job is for you, but it is not about you. It's about them. It's about the employers. It's always about adding value to the employers. It's always about changing their status quo. It's always about improving their productivity or efficiency or profitability for that matter. It's
Yeah.
always about contributing to others.
Yeah.
And when you do that, you don't have any self-centered attitude. You become other-centric, and the moment you become other-centric, there is absolutely no stress.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there is no other way to serve people than by helping others in their journey and adding value to them.
Yes, yes, absolutely, I completely agree. So now that you have earned your ideal job, I sincerely wish that you get the PR very soon, and may you be able to fulfill all your dreams in Australia. May your parents be able to come to Australia to enjoy the Australian life. May you be able to do whatever you want to do for your parents. I strongly also wish that you know may you get married soon and have a family and your new life. If you need any help in future, we are not a migration agent, so we can't really help you with the migration related advice. But we can most definitely refer you to the migration experts that we work very closely with. So
Yeah.
if you have any questions, if you need any help in future, you know where I am. I'm quite accessible. The phone number is there on the website, +6140913415. So Atharva, you or anybody else for that matter need any help in getting the job here in Australia, whether you are a fresh graduate or you are an experienced professional, we are here in Melbourne to help you. All our coaching program or the coaching sessions are done on live video, so you don't have to go anywhere, particularly in the pandemic. And we will do our level best to help as many people as we possibly can. So, Atharva, with that, we come to the end of this session. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your presence. I really appreciate you taking the time out. I know that you have a busy schedule with a new job. I
Yeah.
also know that you are working overtime many times, and
Yeah.
that's why I'm really being very appreciative of your time and most importantly, the value that you have added to so many other people who are in your situation. So thank you very much, and I'll see you very soon.
Thank you, Rajiv sir. And yeah, we'll definitely catch up someday and hopefully hang out after this COVID situation comes back to
No
normal.
problem. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Atharva.
Yeah. Thank you, Rajiv sir. Thank you for your time and speak to you soon.